When fire victims that we contacted today, many of them, we told us their attorneys asked them not to speak about the settlement. The details of that deal are being kept pretty close to the vest. 9 News consumer investigator Steve Stager did speak with some of the victims about how they were feeling today. Steve, what did they tell you?
Yeah, there's one common denominator in all of the conversations I had this afternoon. None of the victims I spoke to know much about how this settlement is going to be handed out, how much money they'll receive. Keep in mind that many of the people who lost their homes in the Marshall Fire were dramatically underinsured, so rebuilding has been very difficult. Tanya Somaru has been something of a spokesperson for fire victims, organizing a Slack channel for victims who have questions about rebuilding, insurance, and everything else that happened in Boulder County immediately after the fires. Somaru told me that she's a plaintiff in this suit, but hasn't been told how much of that $640 million settlement she'll see. In a statement, the CEO of Excel said that he hopes that the company's contribution will help bring some closure to the community. Somaru says you can't really put a price tag on it.
I'm looking around my neighborhood. There were people who were institutionalized. There's divorces that happened. There's people who fought through the rebuild and finally got home and then succumbed to cancer a few months later. I mean, really sad circumstances. When you look at the whole scope of it, nobody's ever going to be compensated for that, for all the disruption, for everything you lost, all the time and opportunity and the stress.
The impacts of tragedy you don't often think about. Somaru also hasn't been told when these settlements will be finalized. An attorney I talked to today who's handled this type of litigation in other states says that he'll be interested to see how the claims process is managed here, whether someone's appointed to determine who gets what. Live in studio, Steve Stager, 9 News.